If you were to look at the top images here on the home page, it's quite obvious to see that there's a huge interest in creating portraits and characters. And today I'm going to show you how to get started to create your own amazing portraits. To start off, there's always three things that I consider when I'm developing some sort of portrait or character. You want to think of the medium, the subject or idea, and the environment. In the prompt area, we're going to start off with something very simple, photo of a beautiful woman. Now, you don't have to start off this way. I just want to show you how to build a foundational prompt so that you can use that foundational prompt to create other portraits or characters. For the settings, we're going to bring the height up to 768, prompt guidance at 7. Quality and details, we can lower this to 35 for now. In the advanced options, we're going to use DPM2. However, feel free to use any one of these sampler methods. I tend to use Euler or DPM2 to start. We're going to generate 4 images and simply click on generate. As we look at the images, not very impressive, and I did purposely want to show you this. You'll notice the deformed hands here, the weird eyes. Just know that this is very common, and that's because the AI is trained on a 1-to-1 aspect ratio, specifically 512 by 512. So to help minimize these deformities, we want to take advantage of negative prompts. So if we simply click on the option here and enter in some negative prompts, it'll help minimize those things, but it will not completely prevent it. As we look at these images, you see what a difference those negative prompts made. It's still not perfect, as we have to work on the prompt still. However, the benefit of using negative prompts are very evident in these two images. Now, coming back to the prompt, obviously we have to fill this in more, but it also lacks the environment. So we'll simply enter in here nature background. Another thing you might want to consider putting is the word portrait, so that we can define what type of photo it is. As we look at the two images generated, you see that it's starting to take shape now. We have our woman in a nature background in a portrait style photo. At this point, we want to add more to the prompt so that we can get more specific results and start to mold the photo. And one of the ways I like to achieve this is to think nouns and adjectives. As you know, a noun is a person, place, or thing, and the adjective will describe something about the noun. So first off, I'm going to start with the woman. What kind of woman is it? Can be a character, can be a style. So just for demo purposes, I'm going to put in hippy. Now we're giving the prompt some context and also some style of the photo. Another thing that we might want to add is the perspective of the person. In this case, we're going to enter half body, wide angle, so that we can get more of a half body shot of the image. And then for the background, we might want to add something like at sunset. Adding sunset will also add some lighting to the image. If we look at the generated images, we see that now the portrait takes place still in nature, but with a sunset background. The clothing is different now because we've defined that this is a hippie woman, and we may even get portrait style photos as well, like in this example. I really like this backlighting effect that we have happening here, and I'm actually going to add it into the prompt, even though we're already getting that result. But I do want to keep that look, so I'm going to throw it in there. So at this point, I'm super happy with the results I'm getting, and I would call this my foundational prompt. Everything else we add to the prompt now is going to enhance the image. One of the great things about Playground is that there are quite a few filters that cater to people. There's ColorPop, Instaport, Analog Diffusion, Polaroid, Perfume. You could even use Cinematic or any of these filters to get different looks. We're going to select Instaport for this example, and I'm going to run 4 images just to show you how much of a difference this filter can make. I'm very big on starting simple, putting on a filter to see the results, and then build on that. And of course, there are advantages to creating prompts without the filters too. Now we're starting to see these images take shape. So again, I want to look at the prompt and see what else can we add to the prompt to be more specific and add more detail to the image. So in front of the word portrait, I'm going to put in professional. We want to describe what type of photo. You can use professional, you can use fashion, even vintage will work. And in this case, I can even add fashion photography to name the type of photography that I want. I also want to add clear and detailed eyes. And that will help with images like this where the eyes are not as defined. And here are the results that we've generated. Not bad, it's really starting to take shape now. Another thing we want to consider is the composition. You could simply put in centered and symmetrical just to limit the images that may be out of frame and sometimes preventing these types of images where the heads are a bit chopped off. Once again, it's not going to prevent it, but it'll help minimize those things. As we look at the current prompt, you see that it's fairly simple, but we're getting pretty decent results with it. As we continue to mold this image into the idea that I have, two things that I like to add are the camera model, maybe the lens, depending on the shot I want, and also 2 or 3 artist styles to help shape the image. A personal favorite combination of camera and lens I use is hasselblad, which gives the image sort of a vintage feel, and the helios 44-2. Now I find with this combination though, it works best with analog diffusion or Polaroid. I'm going to quickly switch this to Polaroid. Since I want more of a vintage look, a vintage feel, I'm going to use either Polaroid or analog diffusion. So with the Polaroid filter, we see that we have more of this vintage style. This time around, I'm going to add Annie Leibovitz and Ellen von Unwerth, two well-known photographers in the industry, to help shape these images even more so. As we look at these images, you see that the style has slightly changed because we've entered in these photographers' names too. It sort of adopts their look in the style, a little bit more on the fashion side. At this point, I would experiment with the different filters. For example, let's use analog diffusion. Here are the analog diffusion results. Or for a very clean fashion type of look, we can use perfume. Very different styled photos here. And as I said before, we can still further enhance this prompt, change things, change the scenery, change the type of image, change the subject type. Let's change this to a handsome hippie man, but this time in the city. And here we have our handsome hippie. Now, is there such a thing as a handsome hippie? We've changed the subject to a man in the city, still at sunset. We could even go totally to left field here and do more of an oil painting style photo. And here are the examples. I'm not sure why I threw in a woman here, but still looks great. So as I said before, think like a thesaurus, change these words for different results. Think of potential tags that might be on the photo that you're trying to replicate. And of course, to get some inspiration, you might want to check the homepage gallery on Playground AI. As always, let us know what you want to see next in the comments below, or if you may have any questions. For now, my friends, we'll see you at the playground.